There's this man that comes to him and he's blind, and they say, oh, heal him, he's blind. So Jesus spits and puts it on his eyes and says, what do you see? I see men walking around like trees. It's really fuzzy. I see people, but it's really fuzzy. Who is the miracle for? But who is he teaching during this whole time? What is he trying to teach his disciples? You see it, but your spiritual understanding of what's about to happen, what is it like? You are so nearsighted. You kind of see people and they're kind of just, it's not really clear. Well, then Jesus in Caesarea Philippi asks his disciples, okay, who do people say that I am? And this was the crux. What had Jesus come to teach from the very beginning? Who he was, who they are, and what he came to do. Why are they going to have to know this? Because their ability to follow him is going to be foundationed on whether or not he truly is the Messiah. If he is the Messiah in truth, it's not going to be how they feel about it. If he is truthfully the Messiah, they will go through anything for him, with him, behind him. If he is not truthfully the Messiah, he's not just a good teacher. He's either fanatical or a liar. He's not someone good that they should follow. He's false. And so he asks them, and they tell him, well, some think that you're like Elijah, and some think you're the prophet Jeremiah, and some think you're just a great some think you're John the Baptist. And he comes and he looks at them, and very clearly he says, who do you say I am? Peter speaks up for the group, and he says, you're it. You're the Messiah, the anointed one, the Son of God. And Jesus looks at him and says, you didn't see that on your own. God showed it to you. On their own, how are they seeing? It's kind of fuzzy like trees. But now Peter gives a very clear statement who Jesus is. It's not fuzzy. It's clear. Immediately after Peter's confession, when he knows that he knows, this Jesus who was born in Bethlehem, grew up in Nazareth, this one, out of all the people claiming they're from God or they're going to help us out, he's the one prophesied. True. Right after that, immediately after that, Jesus says, the Son of Man is going to go to Jerusalem. He suffered many things from the elders, chief priests and scribes. He's going to be killed and be raised up on the third day. And Peter Peter rebukes him. Who's in charge here, Peter? Jesus. This is not good Messiah marketing plan. Messiahs save. They don't get crucified. This horrendous death. 8 days later, after that event, Jesus takes Peter, James, and John. Now, why doesn't he take all of them? Because, of course, who's in the mix? Judas is in the mix. Okay, I'm going to take 11 of you, but we're going to leave Judas behind. Oh, why Judas? Man, poor Judas. I'm sorry, He would have been my first selection to go with Jesus. Jesus takes Peter, James, and John, and they see. How clear is this? Jesus is transfigured. His appearance is changed. Do you know what they had not realized? Is that holy, righteous God from the Old Testament has been living with them. And that's who he is. And they see, it's almost like the skin is unveiled because the body has been hiding the very presence of God with them. And they see him transfigured. And Moses and Elijah, both the law and the prophets, are there talking to him. And you know what they're talking about? They're talking about his death and resurrection that's coming up. That's not what you would expect of the Messiah. There was nothing in the Jewish traditions that the rabbis had been teaching about. And our Messiah is going to go be killed, a horrible, horrific death. There was nothing in that of a cross in the Messiah teachings of the day. We're going to take a break.